This is Nano Pop. I'm Gabriele, and today I am in good company, I would say. We have here our Pop Genmaicha. I brought this pouch from Berlin to my house for recording this video, and I had to hurry up because it's almost empty. I've been drinking it daily, and the reason is that right now it's just the perfect match for this weather. It has, well, let's see what it has. Let's do a brew while I tell you a little bit more about the history of Genmaicha and also of this specific one. Well, Genmaicha is a Japanese tea, is made with usually Bancha and so green tea, Japanese green tea, and with roasted rice. The reason why roasted rice originally was added, it was because in the early 20th century, between the First and the Second World War, there was not enough tea for everyone, and just to allow still everyone in Japan to drink tea, they just added cheap roasted rice to it. The commercialization, and if you want, the invention of Genmaicha is in Kyoto, in a specific tea shop that starting selling the tea in the early 20th century, and it is Horaido. Horaido is a tea shop from which we also source tea for nannuoshan. We also have the Genmaicha from Horaido in the nannuoshan collection. It's almost sold out, but we will try to get it again this year. They call it Horaicha because Horai cha means tea, is just their tea, their own invention if you want. The tea shop has been there since 1803, so really a legacy in Japan. And when we started sourcing the Pop line, our reference was that tea. It's like, for me, it's like the best Genmaicha that there is out there. They don't even use actually Bancha, they use Sencha for it from Uji, and they very properly roast the rice. You know, not over roasted, you don't get any barn note in it, and it's also not too light, it's just right there. And this challenge here with the Pop line was that we wanted a whole organic tea, so the tea itself had to be organic and also the rice, of course, and we wanted good quality. That's how it is. It took a long time. We had 3 different tea tasters trying many different combination and type of Genmaicha until we ended up with this one, which not only is, I would say, even barely possible to distinguish it from the Horaicha, just blind, but it's also organic, and that is an additional challenge when you source the tea. Not all teas out there, not those that you really taste so good that you really want them, are necessarily organic, while the Pop line is completely organic, so no compromise there. And it is it's so balanced. That's what is so nice of it. You have the fresh, grassy, vegetal, a little bit, if you want, seaweed notes of the green tea, the Japanese green tea, that are complemented, balanced out by the toasty and nutty and roasted taste of the roasted rice. On top of it, in this one, we have left also those rice grains that popped. What happens when a rice grain pops? Well, pop tea, so you know, we had to leave it actually. But what happens is that all the starchy compounds inside the rice grain come up to the surface, and that had a kind of starchy sweetness to the tea that just, you know, it balanced out the natural astringency of the green tea leaves, and you get just that perfect balance. On top of that, what I also have to say that for the Pop line, we make a huge effort in keeping the price low. So this tea, although it is very high quality and it is completely organic, it also sells for a very affordable price. Yeah, it's really my go-to for the in-between season, right? When you have those days where the sun is coming out but is not yet warming as much. And these is interesting because it has the freshness of the Japanese tea, but at the same time also the warming from the roasting, and that's that's what makes it really contradictory in a sense. When you want to compare Genmaicha, right? Let's say Gabriele is telling you this is a good Genmaicha, you should go for it. But you're smart. You say, Gabriele owns the shop, he wants to sell me the tea. Of course, I want to sell you the tea, but I want to sell you only tea that I like myself and I drink myself. Nonetheless, you might be skeptical and you want to judge yourself. Well, besides the fact that you can just buy the tea and try it out and compare it with others, and I'm pretty sure that the very vast majority of all of you would prefer this one against any other average Genmaicha out there. What you can also do is different things. Compare the color of the leaves. When high quality Japanese green tea is used, the color has to be an intense green, like the leaves would still be on the tree in a way, And if you have a Genmaicha with a Bancha that has grayish leaves, a little bit like you really can tell that those leaves died long ago, then you won't have that vibrant, fresh taste that comes from a classic Japanese tea. Now, when you look at the rice, you have also to pay attention. There are two aspects there. It's either at too low temperature, they roasted at too low temperature. In that case, the grains are not very dark, and most of the time, if they haven't removed them, there is plenty of popped grains, like popcorn, little popcorns. If it is too many, it will lack the roasting taste. And even if there are not there, but the roasted grains are a little bit too pale, then you don't get that roasty taste. On the other hand, you have also to avoid to get them too dark, right? Because if they are too dark, then you get this burnt charcoal taste that does not belongs to it, and you have this off taste. Yeah. So that's a way, let's say, by the eye. Usually suppliers would make pictures of their tea, so you can have on the website, compare those pictures, and you have an idea. Hopefully they are also taking pictures of the right product. They have an idea. You have an idea of the difference in quality, right? Say that, a last word about the preparation. So I have here a small teapot, not as small as many of us like to go for Ganfucha, but I mean, this is Japanese tea. You can prepare this tea in Ganfu style, and you can go over several brewers, and it's perfectly fine. However, in Japan, they wouldn't do so, right? They would go for what we suggest is 70 degrees C or 160 degrees Fahrenheit, about 6 grams every 500 milliliter of water. So like, I don't know, if you have a 150 milliliter pot, you can go for 2 grams, for example. And then brewing with, I said, water not too hot, we say 70 degrees C or 160 Fahrenheit, for about 4 minutes. So if you keep it at 4 minutes, you have a good brew. If you don't go to 5, 6, and 7, you have enough room for a second brew. You can do then the second for another 5 minutes, and you get 2 pots out of that tea. Well, pop friends, that's all I have to say to you today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy Genmaicha. If you have the pop at home, or maybe you tasted the Horaicha before, drop a comment below. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.